Oh my. 1/2 hour earlier.
Oh hey, you just caught me making bacon. Alright, welcome to the show. So with the holiday season wrapping up and a new year dawning, I thought I'd do one last kind gesture for 2018 and make the family a nice breakfast meal. Everybody's still in bed and it's snowing outside and... Hang on a minute. You know, I really can't see with this thing on, so I think I'm going to take this thing off now. Through the magic of television, I'm going to change. Hang on. It's going to be really cool. So, here I go. Let's do this right now. Here we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, alright, so we're going back to the Ninja Foodie again today, and what we're going to do is we're making something traditionally called toad in a hole, egg in a hole, toad in a hole. I think I've heard it called cow in a ditch. Don't know where the cow comes from because eggs do not make cows. At the request of someone in the house, I'm going to try something a little different. We're going to make something that I like to call chicken a ditch. Wait a minute. Chicken in a ditch. That sounds pretty offensive. I don't mean to be offensive. You know, I mean, Deadpool was here earlier. He's pretty offensive, but not me. No. Here's what we're gonna do. You take a piece of bread. Hi, I'm over here. Piece of bread. And normally, traditionally, you take that piece of bread and you take the bread. This is a piece of bread. You cut a hole. This is what I use. You cut a hole in the middle of the bread. Take that little piece out and eat it because it's like a snack. And then once you do that, you butter both sides of the bread. You put it in. We're going to use the Ninja Foodie. You put it inside the Ninja Foodie. You put butter in there. You let that melt a little bit. You take an egg. You crack the egg. You put it in the center. That's why they call it toad in a hole. Don't know where the toad comes from. Still not sure. You cook one side for a few minutes. You flip it over and you cook the other side. The reason why I'm calling it a chicken in the ditch is because what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of bread, instead of cutting a hole in the center of it, we're taking the blunt in here. That sounds even worse. And we're going to smash it in, just smash the blunt into the bread. And we're going to put a nice little indentation in it, which is going to be our ditch. And so basically after that, we're going to end up taking the bread, cooking it on one side with the egg, you know, and we'll flip it over. The goal is to make the egg kind of runny. That's the goal. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. This is the first time I've ever done this, so wish me luck. And this is the part where I show you the ingredients. So here we go. This is ingredient time. First, grab your favorite loaf of bread. This one just happens to be brioche. Then grab you some eggs. Doesn't really matter what kind of eggs. Eggs are eggs, right? And then grab some butter. Lots and lots and lots of butter. So, while this might actually sound self-explanatory, you gotta tell people these things sometimes. Take out however many slices of bread you want to use and you put them on a plate. That's just that. Take whatever it is you're going to use to put your little ditch in there and smush it down into the bread. Remember, we're not cutting a hole out. We're just smushing the bread down to where you can put your egg in there. Now for the foodie. So to begin with, make sure you turn your foodie on and press the sear/saute button and put it on high. And press the start button. I tend to forget that sometimes. After the foodie heats up for a few minutes, be sure you take your tub of butter and scoop out a little bit. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, just a little bit. Or maybe a lot. Maybe you love butter. If you're like me, you love butter. So stick it in there and let that melt. Next thing you do is you want to grab your slices of bread and start buttering them. Once you get them all buttered up, that's when you're going to put them in your foodie, and that's when you're going to add the eggs. Oh, and by the way, when you're buttering your bread, make sure you butter both sides because it tends to be a bit of a mess. And there is a struggle when you're trying to butter them when they're extremely hot. So bear that in mind. You drop your bread down into the foodie, let them starts searing and cooking and whatnot. And yes, I know I'm a delicate butterer. When you're done buttering your bread, just drop them in. Now grab your eggs. Crack them bad boys open and drop each one onto each of your slices of bread. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's not... Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, let's just use the eggshell to see if we can scrape it over there. Or let's use the spatula instead. Yeah, we're going to try to scooch it over. It's not going to work. Oh well. We'll just leave it there. Anyway, I better look at this other egg here. I failed to do is get additional footage to show you the front panel of the foodie. To show you what I'm doing. Basically, I'm closing the lid. I'm setting it on air fry for roughly about 4 minutes on 390 degrees. Don't forget halfway through to flip that bread over so you can actually cook the other side of the egg. This kind of seals. Oh, hi. How's it going? We're going to let a timer run down and then we're going to check on things and see what we got. Oh my. There you have it. There's my variation on toad in a hole, egg in a hole, chicken in a ditch, dog with a bone. You know, do I consider it a fail? Kinda. My wife, who I made it for, wanted the egg yolk to be more runny, and that didn't happen. Think of it this way. The bread was supposed to be deeper down in there with a little indentation. It's more like throwing somebody in a shallow ditch. If this had been a real situation, you had a woman who we would call a chick. I know that's offensive. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm sorry. 911 would have been called, and the cops would have come out, and they would have found a dead body in a shallow ditch. So, moving on to something a little more happy and pleasant. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever your affiliation is. Happy and merry one of those. Hopefully you're going to come back after this. This was not exactly a fail, but it wasn't exactly a success either. I'm not going to give up on the cooking thing. Hope you'll come back and watch some more later. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the comments, because, you know, I want to know what you guys thought about this. How would you have done it differently? Also, hit that little bell, because when you hit that little bell, that means you're going to hear from me. You're going to know I made another video. Might be another month or two from now, but fingers crossed. Maybe not. Anyway, that's it from me. I gotta go. You know what bumped this noise? I'm gonna go make something I know I can't screw up. Scrambled eggs in the skillet. Oh well.
What are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button right now for more entertainment from Russelltopia.